we are going to talk about the Kansas City Chiefs and Xavier Worthy. Xavier Worthy was the first round pick for the Kansas City Chiefs in this year's draft, the 2024 NFL draft. So far this season, he has had 3 big catches that he caught, but he could not get his feet inbounds because he was showboating trying to make a spectacular catch. All of these catches would have been game-changing passes. One of them most recently against the Buffalo Bills. If he just would have got his foot down, the Kansas City Chiefs may have won that game. So guys, is it time to panic or be patient with Xavier Worthy in Kansas City? When we look at Xavier Worthy, when you look at pre-combine time, many experts out there, many of the draft boards had Xavier Worthy going in the 3rd, 4th, if not 5th round. Insert combine, insert the fastest 40 time ever at the combine last spring, shot up the boards. Shot up the boards, insert Kansas City Chiefs, drafting him in the 1st round. So far this season, he has 24 catches on 48 targets with just 307 yards catching. He also has 10 carries for 44 yards with 2 touchdowns. Now, the last 2 games that the Kansas City Chiefs have thrown him the ball, he has been open deep downfield. But he's tried to do a showboat, tried to do a big play catch, trying to show out for his mama in these big games. He has cut the ball, but he has yet to get his feet in bounds. Last week, or 2 weeks ago, versus the Denver Broncos, he was wide open on the sideline, caught it, tried to back his way into the end zone, making it look cool. Ultimately, didn't get 1 foot in bounds, let alone 2. With the Buffalo Bills, he was trying to make another showboat catch, but did not get his foot down to complete the catch. I think Patrick Mahomes has lost all confidence in Xavier Worthy. And with that being said, I think it is time to panic if you are a Kansas City Chiefs fan. If you are a Kansas City Chiefs fan and you see Xavier Worthy with only 24 catches and 300 yards, it is time to panic. Patrick Mahomes is trying to force him the ball. He's trying to force him the ball, and it is time to panic. Because when Patrick Mahomes starts to force the ball to said receiver, a.k.a. Tyreek Hill, they do not win in the playoffs and they do not win championships. So with that being said, has Patrick Mahomes lost all faith in Xavier Worthy? And is it time to panic if you are a Kansas City Chiefs fan in Xavier Worthy? Let me know. Kevin says it is hump day, baby. What is the Camel's name? Hey, Carl, what day is it? Hump day. Kevin says, looking like the Bills made the right decision of drafting Coleman instead. Coleman can catch the ball. Coleman's all not about the ego showboat shit. So yeah, Coleman was definitely a steal of the draft, I think. Him and that Xavier Leggett guy plays for the Panthers. I think he is going to have a good season. And Kevin says you can't panic on a damn rookie. Slow it down, baby. But you can, Kevin. You can. Because at some point, as a receiver, your job is to catch the ball and to get your feet in bounds and then showboat. Xavier Worthy wants to showboat, then attempt to catch the ball, and he's like, oh, I got to get my feet in bounds. Xavier Worthy's ego is out of this world. I had never seen such a player with this large ego, and he hasn't done shit. There's a reason why he was a third, fourth, or fifth projected round draft pick back in the draft. He's fast, so he shot the board. Like, oh, Kansas City's like, oh, we can use a fast guy. He needs to get humbled real freaking quick. He needs to learn how to get his feet in bounds. If he get his feet in bounds, just catch the damn ball. They wouldn't have had to block the field goal versus the Broncos to win the game. We wouldn't be talking about the Buffalo Bills being the best team in the NFL because Kansas City Chiefs would have won that game. Let's just say it is what it is. It is time to panic. All trust in Xavier Worthy has got to be gone in Patrick Mahomes. Like, hey man, I'm dying here. I'm getting killed, getting you the ball. You can't even get your feet in bounds. You have one job. It is time to panic. And Kaylee says, Laura says panic. She's driving. You guys are listening to in the car. That's what's up. Just panic. Exactly, panic. Kevin says Mahomes could have thrown that ball better to him in the Bills game. Could have. But at the same time, sometimes you got to put it where you got to put it, and you got to get your feet in bounds. DeAndre Hopkins got his feet in bounds. That was a hell of a catch, by the way. I don't know why the Bills challenged that play, but whatever. It is what it is. James Frank says panic on Worthy, but Mahomes got Hopkins. They'll be all right. They'll be all right. Slow it down, baby. So this is what was so highly sought after when D-Hop came into town, right? Because when Rashid Rice went down, when Juju went down, Xavier Worthy was the number one receiver on the Kansas City Chiefs. He is not a number one guy. He is not a X receiver. He's just not. He is a he is an F receiver or a Z receiver. He is that slot receiver guy. He is number 3 on the team. Now that Hopkins is back, Juju is back, right? Worthy can go back to that number 3 role, right? But at the end of the day, James, you have to have trust in everybody on the field. If I'm Patrick Mahomes, I've never played quarterback, but I've seen many kids do it, and it is a struggle, right? Like you have your reads and you have your routes, whatever, right? But in the back of your mind, yeah, I see Xavier Worthy open, but he's going to the sideline. I know he's probably not going to catch it. He is going to try to showboat. He's probably not going to catch it and get his feet in bounds. He might be wide open, but I see D-Hop over there, double covered. I have more faith in D-Hop. That is what's going to happen in the playoffs. D-Hop's going to get double covered. Juju's going to get locked down because he's old and has a badass knee. Travis Kelce is going to get double teamed, right? Xavier Worthy is going to be wide open, but Patrick Mahomes is going to try to force the ball to D-Hop or to Juju or to Kelce, and it might ultimately cost him the game because there is no trust in Xavier Worthy, and that's why it is time to panic. It is time to panic. Kaylee says, making too many rookie mistakes as a professional. He is trying to showboat, right? He is trying to make that SportsCenter catch, right? We are in the age now, guys, of NIL deals, of Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. Many of these people that are coming up in the NFL have never not had social media. And they've been stars on social media since they were 5 years old, making all those plays, right? That is what he wants to do. When I was in Canada, we actually had a guy said, "Do it for the Vine one time." That's when Vine was out, right? You had the 6 second, 8 second clips, and people showed out for 8 seconds, right? That's what Xavier Worthy wants to do. He wants to do it for the Vine one time. If you know, you know. Do it for the Vine one time. James Frank says, do you think he would have that ego if he went to a different team? No. I think ego is with that guy till the day he dies. He will never have that humbling experience, right? Kids nowadays, when you try to humble them, when you try to hey, you can do this better if you do this, or this, no, I've been doing like this, my whole life. My 6-year-old, 6 years old, he thinks he's the greatest basketball player ever. He's pretty good because he's taller than everybody else. I mean, he's damn near 6 foot tall at 6 years old, right? He is pretty good, and he shoots the ball with two hands, just like a normal 6-year-old would, trying to get the ball up there. And me and his mom both. His mom played college basketball. She knows her shit. It's like, hey, just get underneath here and shoot it. And he's like, I don't need to listen to you. I'm great. It's the error. It's the thing that we live in. It's the anti-bullying nature that we live in. Xavier Worthy was a kid when No Child Left Behind was in full effect, right? Now, I was in school when Bill Clinton and whatever, no child left behind, yada, yada, yada. But Xavier Worthy being, 23 years old, he's never been bullied. Always lived behind a computer screen, a phone screen. Always been doing it for the vine one time. Humble pie is not in his case. It doesn't matter if he went to the Buffalo Bills, to the Carolina Panthers. Hell, it might be worse if he was on those other teams, like other bad teams, right? Not the Buffalo Bills, but the Panthers or the Jets or the Giants. He would be trying to show out even more, like I feel. But it is what it is. Kevin says the Bills won by 9. Going to need more than a Worthy catching a pass. It would have been a situational thing. It would have put the Chiefs up a little bit of momentum. Bada bing, bada boom, you're winning the game. Kevin says D-Hop is also a trusted veteran and a proven veteran. He is. But if Xavier Worthy keeps dropping or not catching, getting these feet and bound on the easy-ass catches, he's never going to get there. He won't make it past 3 years in the league to become a veteran. Mark D says, I think you are the only one panicking about Worthy. Because I am the one that sees the writing on the wall. Like, what was the biggest flaw about the Buffalo Bills this season? Was the lack of trust that Josh Allen has in his receiving core, right? Brand new receiving core, very, very young receiving core, very, very unproven receiving core. What has the receiving core done for Josh Allen? They have caught the ball. They're gotten their feet in bounds. Since that 2-game losing streak versus the Ravens and like the Texans, they've been the hottest team ever. It's because Josh Allen has the confidence in his guys that they're going to go catch the ball. Why does Josh Allen only have 4 or 5 interceptions on the season? Because he trusts his guys to go catch the ball. He knows that he can put it where he needs to go and they're going to catch the ball. He's not forcing the ball. That's why Patrick Mahomes has 11 or 12 interceptions. Because he's forcing the ball because he doesn't trust his guys. You got to have trust. Kaylee says he wants to be the next Jefferson and Chase, in my opinion, and that's never going to happen. Justin Jefferson, Jamar Chase, and CeeDee Lamb are very special talents. Very, very special talents. It's not going to happen. Not at this rate. Not going to happen. Kevin Cummings says he'll get humbled in about 20 years. No, not even then. Even then, Xavier Worthy is going to be that old head in the barber chair, all gray and fat, and be like, hey, man, you remember back in 2025 when I made that one-handed catch? Like, I know I didn't get my feet there in bounds, but Patrick Mahomes just threw a bad ball. But I jumped up there and I grabbed that motherfucker. That is who he is going to be. That's who he is going to be. And Kevin says the Bills do not like diva receivers. Just ask Stephon Diggs.